Christmas Eve, I love snow for about this long and then I'm done with it outside, but I love winter wonderland feelings inside. Hi, my name is Leslie and welcome to Happy Tuesday, where we do crafts and DIY and home decor and more. Today I have for you 3 Let It Snow Snowflake themed ideas for DIYs that you can use to decorate your home after Christmas. Now, don't forget to stick around until the very end, and I will give you a short little tour of part of my home decorated for Christmas. So, let's get crafting!
Let's take a quick sneak peek into today's projects. I am so excited for these. And that will bring us to project number 1. This is the one I referred to last week, the toilet paper rolls. So I grabbed toilet paper rolls and paper towel rolls. And if you're just using toilet paper rolls, I believe you're going to need 3 or 4 of them. Maybe it's just a little more than 4. I think I used the paper towel roll, and that took obviously fewer of them. So I cut one little strip, and I'm gonna say it was about, maybe a quarter of an inch. And I was able to get 9 of these out of each of the toilet paper rolls. And you're going to need a total of 30 of these strips, because we're going to make 6 snowflake pieces, and that starts with 5 of these little rings. So we're going to take the ring, and I use this toothpick to kind of be my guide for rolling the entire piece of this toilet paper roll. And we're going to roll it from one end to the other. And once we've gotten that done, and it was great to start with the toothpick, but it didn't work to get all the way to the end on any of them. Once you've got the entire piece rolled, then we're going to roll just a little bit of the bottom the other direction, and you'll see why in a minute. So if you want to, go ahead and roll all of your pieces for the insides, and that will be 24 of them. And then the other 6 rings are going to be to hold them together. And I'll show you how to do that in just 1 minute. So once you get all of them rolled up, and you can see it was just easier once I got it started to finish it with my fingers, and then just take that last little piece and roll it in the other direction. And look, it makes a cute little heart. So once you've gotten all 24 of them rolled, you are going to take one piece and add a little dab of hot glue at the very end, and you're going to make it look like a heart, but then you're going to roll one piece over top of the other, just like that. So we're going to take the next piece, and we're going to add just a little bit of glue there at the end, and then we're going to put the 2 pieces together just like a little heart, and then flip one end over the other. Now that you have both pieces done, for this particular piece of the snowflake, you're going to put a little glue on both sides, and then you are going to put it inside the little corner piece that you made. And I apologize for so much of this being off a camera. I didn't have my camera set in the right angle, and I was working too close to myself. Anyway, you're going to put glue on both sides, and then you are going to just set that in that little corner, and then move the little pieces onto the inside so that it looks just like this. Once you've gotten all 6 of those done, just want to put a little bit of glue at the end, and then we are going to push all 6 of those together into our little snowflake. Now, once I've got all 6 of those glued in there, I realized that there was just a little bit too much give in between the pieces of the snowflake, and so I am going to go back in with some more glue in between. Give your snowflake a nice tight hold, and it'll be ready for wherever you want to place it. Now, I put a hanger on mine, but you could just use this on a tiered tray and just stack it up there. or you could hang it from a window. You could make a whole bunch of these and have a whole bunch of snowflake display. I left mine natural colored, but you could definitely spray paint these white or blue or whatever color snowflakes you want. And that's all there is to this project. Super simple. Here's where I'm putting in the hanger, and I'll just knot that off at the end. After I did that, I decided that it needed just a little bit something else. So I took one of these little pearls that I had in with my buttons and put it right there in the center. And isn't this just so sweet and so simple? And Decor couldn't be any more budget friendly than this. What do you guys think?
I just wanted to pop in here real quick and tell you how much I appreciate you, whether this is your first visit or you're a regular subscriber, and y'all know who you are. I am so grateful that you choose to spend time crafting with me. Now, if this is your first time here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Give today's video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Now, let's get back to crafting.
That will bring us to project number 2. I am obsessed with this. So we're going to start out with 2 pieces of a 2x4 that are angled at the top of each one, and take some of that super glue, wood glue, the wood glue by Super Glue, there we go, that they sell at the Dollar Tree, and a clamp, and we are going to clamp that together until it dries. Thank you to my husband Paul for cutting this out for me. I appreciate you. Next, I'm going to take some spackling, and I'm just going to kind of fill in all my little edges just to give it more of a finished look. And once I've gotten that done, I will pull out all my scrap pieces. Now I've got some beads, and we're going to spackle those ends of those beads as well, because those are going to be little snowballs and a little snowman for our little scene we're creating here. Then I'm going to grab some Snow White chalk paint. Now this is by Waverly, and you can find that at Walmart. And I'm just going to give it a quick dry brushing all around the edges and a little bit of the inside, because this is going to sit up underneath our house as one of the steps. Then I'm going to take that same Snow White chalk paint, and I'm going to use it for pretty much everything. This is kind of a monotone kind of look today. We're going to put it on the house, on the snowballs, on the little wood pieces that we're cutting out here for our wood stack. We're going to put it on all the little pieces. Except for the door. The door, we are going to use this pool colored chalk paint, also by Waverly, and I just gave it a quick dry brush, and then I went over it with a little bit of that Snow White, just to kind of mute down the color a little bit more. Oh, and I forgot, I didn't use it on this piece either. That Snow White color, I did antique wax, and this is going to go over the door frame. Then I've got a couple of these little snowflakes from Dollar Tree that I dry brushed, and here's where I'm giving our little porch cover a little bit of rusticking up with some of that Snow White chalk paint. I've also got a heart there that I colored in the Snow White, and this little piece of wood, I want to say it was something that came off a project because it had glue all on the top of it, and I thought that's cool. The glue will look like kind of like a snow mound, right? And so every little piece that we've got on there is going to have a little bit of Snow White. I got a great big nail and a square bead, and we're going to turn that into a lantern, and added a little bit of white on that as well for snow. Then I am going to start gluing some of these pieces together. We're going to put the door onto our little house and our awning over top of it. And need a little bit of extra glue, so we got glue gluing it to the door, and also glue gluing it to the house itself. Then we are going to glue our snowflake on there. Again, I apologize for getting some of this off of camera, but we are going to continue decorating. Now, I love this wood glue by Super Glue that you can get at the Dollar Tree. Um, do you guys use it? Let me know in the comments below. All right, so I have one of these wood slices, and I don't know if you remember, we had a couple of pine trees in the front of our house that died, and my husband cut them down, and then he cut me some of these slices, and so I love to use these for projects. And I'm just going to dry brush some of this snow white chalk paint on this as well, giving it that snowy base that we need for our winter scene here. Once we have that done, it is time to start laying out our project and making sure we have all of our pieces where we want them to go. So we're going to start with our little step there for our house and scoot that around until we find out where we like it. And then we're going to place our little wood stack in there. You can see I dry brush those with some of that snow white chalk paint. And then I have a little base there for my lantern, and I'm going to glue down that wood bead so it stays in place. Now I'm going to get my roof done on my house. So I just take a combination, and this is all dry brushed, of sandstone, truffle, elephant, silver lining, and just a little bit more of that snow white chalk paint. And I just brush it on there until I decide that I like it. This is really how I've kind of rusticed up a lot of my roofs on my little cottage decor houses that I've made. Now it's time to start adding some detail to our house. So I am going to grab my black chalk marker, paint marker. I think it's a chalk paint marker. There we go. And I am going to just draw in some little squares for windows up on the top and then along either side of the door. And there's really just no rhyme or reason to this other than, however I think it looks good. And you can do it however you think it looks good. So I did 4 on the top, and then we'll do 6 on the bottom, and then I will add a little handle on my door so we can open our little door there. And once we set that aside, then we're going to grab our little snowman and add him a couple of dots for eyes and a couple of dots for buttons, and I crocheted him a little scarf, so we're going to tie that around. And I love that it gives the whimsy of, a little breeze blowing his scarf around. Now we're going to start gluing down all our pieces. So we've got our little tree, and we'll glue our little snowman and his little mound of snow, and grab some little snowballs to put around that just as a little bit of extra detail. Once we have those details done, then we're going to go ahead and put down our step and our house. Then I am going to grab that my handy dandy little drill piece here and find a drill piece that fits for our little chimney, because my husband cut off the end of it to make it shorter for me, and we need to have a hole drilled to keep it in place since we can't nail it in. So I've got that glued in, and my chimney looks great. And then I've got another little step there in front of the house. Let's glue in our little wood stack, and I think I ended up cutting 5 pieces of twig to make our little wood stack here. And once I've gotten that done, you'll see a little piece of scrap wood there on the bottom right, and I am going to use that as a little cover to go over my wood stack. So I gave it a little bit of paint, and then we're going to put some wood glue on and just a dab of hot glue to put it in, keep it in place real quick. Now it's time to hammer this nail into my piece of wood for my lantern and get that glued down. Add a couple of little snowballs for detail there too. And we are going to add some little footsteps as another little detail. So the footsteps are going to be kind of coming up the walk and then get up onto the step there. And this is one of those details you can choose to do or not do. I thought it just gave it a little bit more realism in my little scene. Then I've got my stamper and my ink pad, and I've got Let It Snow, and we're going to set that right there in that little snow field, and then add an exclamation point with my paint marker. And this project is nearly complete, but I thought it needed some more snow effect. So I'm grabbing my puff paint and I'm just gonna put on some details there all around, kind of fill in the edges and make it look like little mounds of snow got stuck there. And this is complete, and I just love this so much. I can't wait to put it out with my winter decor. What do you guys think? Would you have added any different details? Let me know in the comments below. I am just so thrilled with how this turned out. And look at the snowman scarf. Isn't that fun? Hey, I've got for you a subscriber spotlight. Thank you, Alicia, for sending me pictures of some of your recreations and creations. I love them so much, and I appreciate you sharing them with me. And that brings us to project number 3. This one is super simple. So I bought these little Let It Snows from Hobby Lobby. It's in their clearance section of their Christmas stuff now. And then I grabbed a couple of these candlesticks from Dollar Tree and a wood block that I had. I'm using my Gorilla Glue to glue that wood block on, and my Bear chalk paint to spray those candlestick holders. Then we're just using some Gorilla Glue, and we are going to put it all around, add a little touch of hot glue to make sure that we have an instant hold. And that is all there is to these risers. Now, if you would rather they didn't say Let It Snow, you can surely take your spray paint and spray those as well when you spray the candlestick holders. Totally up to you, whatever matches your decor. But I thought this went really well with my Let It Snow snowflake themed decor, so I'm keeping it. And we will go ahead and add our last touch of hot glue there on this one and put our snowflake right there in the center. I've got to find my center mark. And we are done. Let them sit for 24 hours. That hot glue gave it an instant hold so I can move them around, and the Gorilla Glue will give them that permanent hold. I love the way these turned out, and I am going to add them onto beside my tiered tray with all my snowman decor. And here is our final reveal of all of today's projects. I love these so much. I hope you do too. Let me know in the comments below which one was your favorite or which one you would like to try to recreate. And if you have a creation that you've made or something that you've recreated from something I've made, be sure and email me pictures. I would love to see them. I'd love to see your takes on different creations. You guys are some of the most creative people I know. And I enjoy getting your ideas and your inspirations and takes on some of the things that I've done. Thank you so much for sharing your lives with me.
Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really did enjoy our time together. Now, since you stuck around with me until the very end, please enjoy this really quick tour of part of my house decorated for Christmas. And I will see you next week. But until then, make it a great day. Merry Christmas Eve and Happy Tuesday!
I think Ginger's waiting for us at the front door. Let's see. There she is. Hi, Ginge. Are you gonna let us in? All right, and here's the living room.